Give me just a second. I'm a teacher and I have virtual students right now, so hang on.
Okay.
Hi guys, I'll be with you in just a minute. We'll give everybody a chance to join us, and then we'll go over what we're doing today. So hang tight.
All right. So
Refer back to this. Perfect. You are my hero. I appreciate it.
not a problem.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. Hi guys, what's up? Okay, I'm going to, am I sharing already? Nope, here, how about I share? I'm gonna share with you here. You know, I start making notes to myself, which I love writing notes. It's an issue. And then I get another piece of paper and I write some more notes, and then yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to dashboard, to biology, to current lessons. We're gonna go down to second week, and it's gonna pop up to Thursday. Here's what we're gonna talk about. The textbook distribution for those who are remaining at home virtual only students. You're gonna have to be able to turn in your books and pick up books on the 15th. It'll be door 3031 on the west side. If you are not able to make the 15th, then you will have to fill out a Google Doc to make arrangements for the next week. It's between 8 and 6 p.m. I was just told to share that info. There you go, I'm sharing. Goals for today, one is to talk about the project real quick, since I've confused everyone to no end. There are 3 choices. One is to continue the path you started when I mentioned the project. If you've already done that project before, you need to be sure you're doing 2 new elements. If you've decided to skip off that boat and do one of the other 2 projects, you can turn in whatever you did on the first one when you had time on Monday as bonus points. But your first option is the research paper on the elements in the human body. You're picking 2. The second option is to create something to teach kids about those elements in the human body, all 6 of them that we mentioned. And then remember there's 5 requirements. And then the third option is to complete the 5 tasks. Now, I was asked to create something so you could use it as a way to submit the work. The first 2 are basically, you don't need anything to submit. You have to create your own doc to do your own thing. So writing your own paper. I tried to do the breaking it into sections, but that didn't work out so well. I suppose I could try that again too, see if that works for you. But the last thing here is I created one for the 5 tasks. You'll see here, I've given you places to insert what you need. So here's your link to that quiz. Here's where you're going to screenshot, put your screenshot here. Remember, I need to see your score. Here's the second link you're going to go to put your screenshot here. Here's your third objective is to read this link here and write a summary in this space. Then your fourth, summary here. And then here's where you write your 5 interesting facts and boom, you're done. Okay, that was just to hopefully make your life easier, and it was requested, so that's why I did that. The next thing we're going to do is go over our PowerPoint, just a couple of slides. Like I said, we've covered all of this here about bonding and water and all that good stuff. We talked about yesterday the 4 macromolecules: lipids, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, proteins are the 4. That should be the assignment that you turn in with the 4 explaining what they are. We talked about monomers turning into polymers. So today what we're going to talk about is how they do that. Organic chemistry is just saying living things. So they have carbon in them. They create carbon covalent bonds because carbon is a nonmetal. So it would be between a nonmetal and a nonmetal. So here are some examples how it does that. If you look down here, you're going to see, well, here, remember carbon had 4 valence electrons and it wants 8. That's why it has 4 places where carbon, where you can attach another element to it that has an electron that it can share. So if you look here at this carbon here in the middle of this chain, you're going to, well, we could look at this one. Let's look at this one. It's the easiest one. So here's carbon. It has 4 valence electrons. It wants 4. Remember, hydrogen has 1 to share. So if they share their 1 valence electron, there's 4 hydrogens. That means 4 electrons are being shared with carbon, which means now this is a stable compound. So that's what happens in this process of organic chemistry. If we look here, we're looking at building those macromolecules from carbon. The monomers or building blocks are bonded together through dehydration. If we look here, we're taking a monomer here and this monomer here and putting them in a chemical reaction where they bond themselves together. Here's where they're attaching. And as a result, we are giving off water. So in this reaction, the product, what comes off of it, what happens is dehydration synthesis because water is being removed. To break the bond between the 2 monomers, you're going to add water. And the reason why you add water is because water is a universal solvent. It can break down most bonds. So when it does that, that's called hydrolysis. And what I'm trying to tell, I'm trying to give an analogy. So for example, if I give off too much water, I'd be considered dehydrated, yes? What would I do to fix that problem? I drink water, which would be hydrating myself. So that's how you can kind of think of this. If I'm losing water in this process to make this bond between these macromolecules, these monomers, it's called dehydration. I'm losing water. If I'm breaking the bond between them, I have to add water because water is a universal solvent. So if I'm dehydrated, I'm going to hydrate myself, hydrolysis, to put myself back in a good position. So this is to make a bond, you lose water. To break a bond, you add water. Okay. So those are the only 3 slides I'm going to go through today. The last thing on your list is to work on your project you chose. I do have people who have turned them in. And one of the problems I have is right now the ones I've graded that are the project, they've turned in 1 of the 5. So many of them I'm looking at have been this one here. And they've turned in 1 of these 5 parts. It's all 5 parts that are for this project. You can't just do 1. So if you only turned in 1, you better get it back and do it again because this, you're going to get 10 out of 50. Got it? Any questions, peeps? No questions? Okay, use the time wisely. And the rest of the time is yours to work on your project. Or remember, you have this over here, this organic molecule defined is due today as well. So be sure you get that turned in. I still only have about half my students turning these assignments in. That's not a good percentage. That's it. Have a great day.